Welcome back, friends. Now let's try to find the solutions to the critical section problems. Basically, there are two ways to ensure that the critical section problem can be taken care. One is through software, that means writing the code in the user level or the kernel level. The other way is implement something at the instruction level in the processor itself. So we have two ways of solving the problem. One, the software way, and the other is the hardware way. So let's look at what they are and how they differ from one another, what is better, what is not. Just have a comparative view about the two ways of solving these problems. So we do have two types of solutions. One we call software solution, other is called the hardware solution. Looking at the mechanism, the software solution is something to do with the algorithm, and we write a code such that before entering any critical section we mark or raise the flag and ensure that no other process enters into the critical section when one process is already in the critical section. For that, the flags will help in knowing whether any process is currently in the critical section or not. So that's done through the software. On the other side, the hardware solution says that the hardware instructions, the instructions that are defined in the processor itself, are defined such that this whole thing happens in an atomic way. That means either that instruction is completely executed or nothing is executed. So that's atomic performance is confirmed through the hardware instruction. So that is what we call the hardware solution. Coming to the scalability, the software solutions are not very good scalable, and if you increase the number of processes, then the complexity is going to increase almost exponentially. The software solutions are good for a few processes, like two processes or a less number of processes, but on the other side, the hardware solutions are very good at scalability. Whatever be the number of processes, it can very easily handle. The hardware solutions can easily handle any number of processes that want to work on. Now looking at the complexity of defining the software solution is quite high, requires very careful design and proofs. So there is a possibility of erring, and that's going to cost a lot. So the software solutions have very high complexity, and a lot of patience, lot of seriousness is required while building such a solution. But coming to the hardware side, the complexity is low because this is done at the hardware level, and every instruction is executed at the atomic way. Therefore, we won't find any such a problem. Coming to the busy waiting, yes, if a process wants to enter the critical section but it doesn't get a chance, then what happens? So one option is it may keep waiting. So that's what we call busy waiting, and it is common in both the cases. But performance wise, if you look at it, software solutions are slower because the checking is done at the software level, and the hardware solutions are quite faster because the hardware supported atomicity is used, and hence its performance is far better. And these software solutions are good for academic purposes, for understanding what atomicity is, how it can be implemented, and all, just for understanding and making students to learn. Yeah, software solutions are better, but in reality, when it comes to working with the real operating systems, when we are trying to build a real operating systems and there we want to implement the critical section problems solutions, then definitely we would like to go for hardware solutions, because hardware solutions are better, and this should be taken care while building the hardware. That's operations, the instructions that are to be defined for any processor should include all these solutions. So while defining these instructions, we should keep in mind regarding atomicity, then critical section problems and all that, and accordingly they are built. So today's processors are built with all these features, so it's quite natural to go for hardware solutions. Software solutions are only for understanding purpose, to make students understand how things work and all that. So that's about the two types of solutions a critical section problem can have, and more details to continue. So keep watching. Thank you.